All right, today we are diving into something really fascinating. It's this incredible link between a very unique way of thinking and the wild world of AI art. You could almost call it a hidden superpower, one that we're only just starting to understand. So get this. What if the real key to making these incredible AI images wasn't about having a vivid imagination, but the exact opposite? I know, it sounds like a total paradox, right? How could you possibly create something beautiful without first seeing it in your head? Well, the answer might just flip everything you think you know about creativity on its head.
And that leads us right into our first section, the AI imagination paradox. It's a real head-scratcher for sure.
You know, the common wisdom here is pretty simple. You picture something amazing in your head, right? Like a cyberpunk city street, it's pouring rain, neon signs are reflecting in the puddles, and then you just describe that picture to the AI. It totally makes sense that the better you can picture it, the better the final image will be.
But what if that's all wrong? What if when you're talking to a machine, that logic is completely backward? That's what we're going to dig into right here, as we look at thinking without a mind's eye.
So first, let's get our key term down, aphantasia. For someone with aphantasia, if you say, picture a red apple, they don't see an image. Instead, their brain just pulls up a bunch of facts. They know an apple is red, they know it grows on trees, they know what it tastes like. They think in concepts, not pictures. And this is so important. It is not a disorder. It's just a different way of experiencing and processing the world around you.
And this chart really lays out the difference. On one side, you have the visual thinker. They might mentally sketch out an idea, focusing on how it looks, the aesthetics. But on the other side, the conceptual thinker is more like an architect. They build an idea from its core pieces, focusing on how all those pieces logically fit together. It's a huge shift from how does it look to what is it?
And this is where that paradox we started with really starts to click into place. It turns out this different way of thinking gives you a pretty amazing advantage, the abstract architect's edge. Here is the absolute key to all of this. AI image generators do not have a mind's eye at all. They're just incredibly powerful logic engines. They crunch words by analyzing massive amounts of data and looking for connections. To an AI, the word king isn't a picture. It's a concept that's statistically linked to other concepts like crown, throne, and power. It's all just language, logic, and math.
Which brings us to this killer quote from our source material. The whole idea is if your brain already breaks the world down into facts and concepts, you are basically pre-wired to communicate with an AI that does the exact same thing. You're speaking its native language.
So what does this actually look like when you're writing a prompt? Well, a visual thinker might just type, a beautiful, lonely lighthouse in a storm. But the Aphantastic prompter breaks it down. Step 1, what are the core concepts? Okay, lighthouse, ocean, storm clouds, big waves. Step 2, how do they relate? The lighthouse is on a rocky cliff. The large waves are crashing against the cliff, and the storm clouds are dark and overhead. And then step 3, they build a detailed blueprint, adding super precise words like dramatic lighting, photorealistic, and wide-angle shot.
And that right there is the advantage. You're not trying to describe a fuzzy photo you have in your head. You are giving the AI a detailed, logical, architectural blueprint made entirely of words. You're telling the builder exactly what to do, and that kind of clarity, it often produces results that are way more spectacular and accurate. Now, this is about way more than just making cool pictures. This discovery has huge implications that go way beyond AI art. So for our final section, let's zoom out and talk about rethinking creative strengths. Okay, so what are the big takeaways here? First, a trait in your brain that might have felt like a limitation can suddenly become a massive strength when the right technology comes along. Second, being good at this new AI stuff is less about being a traditional artist and way more about being a clear, logical communicator. And finally, and this is the big one, AI isn't just a new tool. It's like a mirror that's forcing us to completely reevaluate what we think of as human talent.
And that leaves us with one last, really provocative question. For a long, long time, aphantasia might have been seen as a bug in the brain's visual software. But now it's a feature. So as AI keeps changing everything around us, you have to wonder, what other so-called quirks of our minds are just sitting there, waiting for the right technology to come along and reveal them as our greatest, most unexpected strengths?